Hello and welcome to EatSure presents the RCB podcast.
Hi, my name is Plessis.
Hi, I'm Dinesh. Karthik.
Hi, I'm Patel.
Hi, I'm Virat Kohli, and these are some game-changing moments from my life. So the whole team was sitting in the front of the plane. And this guy was a huge MS fan. So he walks in and he gets very excited looking at him. He was from Chennai. So he went to MS and he was like, a big fan and this and that. So MS met him nicely. So I clearly remember he started giving tips to him about captaincy or team composition or something like that.
Right, because he's a corporate leader, of course.
Yeah, so I mean, MS was obviously very nice to him, and I got up to do something and he saw me. He's like, Kohli, what's going on? Like, what's up? What's going on?
We're on a flight. It's going to take off, hopefully, and we'll land.
So he goes, no, what's going on with your batting? This was after 2014, after England. And I said, nothing. I'm obviously not scoring runs right now, and that's it. He said, yeah, I know. And I expect you to get 100 in the next game. So that kind of, I was young, that kind of flicked the switch. And I was like, okay, let's have a conversation. I asked him a question. I asked him, where do you work? He mentioned some company. And so I said, okay, in 3 months' time, I want you to become the chairman of your company. So he said, how is that possible? So that's when I made him understand the analogy of putting XP. I said, what I do is not a video game that you expect me to get out.
Turn the cheat code on. 131 and hit sixes. Yeah.
Of course, I'm trying to do my best. Yeah. But because you cannot possibly achieve what I'm asking you to achieve, you can work for it. Similarly, I'm trying to work for it as well. But if you tell me standing here that you expect it, then it's putting more and more pressure on me. And you don't want that pressure in your work. So why put that pressure on me? So then he understood. And by the time the whole team started shouting, coach, 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 because everyone felt like he came to coach everyone. And then he just laughed it off and he went back to his seat. It was a fun moment.
Because if I'm right, you also had a Kolpak contract that came to you where they asked you to move to England and play cricket there. But you turned it down and you said you'd continue to play for South Africa. How difficult was that decision?
So lucky to get an opportunity I played club cricket up until I think 3 years after school every year because I committed to this profession of playing cricket for a living, right? So I was like 6 months of the year I'm going to go play in England. 6 months in the year I'll play in South Africa. And through getting an opportunity there in the Lancashire League, but I remember scoring 300s in a row and a 200.
Right.
So I scored 400s on the bounce, but one was a 200. And those guys were like, wow.
Blown. Yeah, we need this guy right now.
This guy. So
Lyman.
Knots offered me a 3-year Kolpak contract. At the time, I was earning, minimum wage is calling it, is over-exaggerating back then because contracts then was extremely low. So when I think it's about $2,000 a year. Right. That's what I was earning in my first year then. But the contract I got in England was £45,000.
It's a lot more.
So it's a lot more. And as a young kid, I was going, whoa, this is good money. Like, this is what I've been, this is what professional cricket is all about. The money did play a role in the decision making, but obviously from an action perspective, it wasn't what made me, because my desire to play for South Africa is just too big to give it up.
It is somebody was telling me, it is the most watched YouTube sports video ever in the history of sport, in the history of YouTube, whatever that is, highest I believe.
Yeah.
And the second most watched sports video ever is the 19th over. It's amazing how it works.
It has 22 crore views. That means 22 crore people have seen you play those 6 balls. So there are 2 videos, one obviously of the whole thing, and then probably there's a single or whatever between you and another gentleman. They've edited that person out and they've just put a video of you. And that video has 13 crore views. Just talk us through that game. What happened?